Spoiler alert. Guys, just know we're about to spoil the
Spoiler.
out of El Camino. That's the movie that we're reviewing today. El Camino, which is the Vince Gilligan written and produced movie that's supposed to answer a lot of questions about Jesse Pinkman from the Breaking Bad series after his escape from captivity. All right, Diggs. El Camino. How's it smell?
El Camino. How does it smell?
I'm dying to know.
You ever make something in a crock pot, Todd?
Yeah, I love a good crock pot.
Nick?
Chili.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good chili. Pulled pork.
And the preparation of everything coming together smells great. And you're excited. And then you throw everything in and you're waiting hours to see how it turns out. Not a lot is happening. But then every so often you open the lid to see how it is, and you get that little exciting feeling going on. And then it's finally done. And what you just tasted and what you taste is just boring and bland, and it just didn't turn out the way you wanted it to.
Oh, one of those crock pot meals.
That was El Camino for me.
Okay. So you're a little disappointed.
I was. I think they could have. What El Camino was basically literally just wrapping everything up. It was like a longer, decent episode.
Yeah, that makes perfect
But as far
sense.
as like a movie, it's kind of boring.
Didn't do it for you.
No,
okay.
it did not.
Nick, how's it smell?
To me, it smells like when you have a pretty sweet party. Okay, everyone's drinking. You got maybe back in the day, it's like a college party with some kegs. You're having the time of your life. Oh, this is so great. Everything's awesome. And you wake up the next day, and there's a couple cups left over. You pick up one of those red Solo cups, and you get a good whiff of the beer that used to be in there. And it's just kind of stale. That's what it smelled like to me. It was like the show was so great, and everyone loved it, and everyone just had great things to say about it. And then something happened, and it's gone, and you just waited too long, and then the stench afterwards just isn't really appealing whatsoever. And that's what that felt like to me. It was like, okay, this was a great show, but like you said, Diggs, this is just a big, long episode that probably didn't even really need to be done, but here we are.
Very good. Bailey, how's it
said
smell?
El Camino smells like your grandma's house. It gives you warm memories of familiar times you used to have and love. It reminds you of cookies. Reminds you of a special pasta sauce for our Italian friends. And it reminds you of like fresh brewed lemonade that you used to have during the summer. It's like nice and refreshing. And then you remember that nowadays you kind of get tired of being there after about 2 hours, and it's just kind of uncomfortable, and you kind of want out.
Okay.
That's very good.
Yeah.
It's very good.
That's where it took your mind's eye.
Yeah, I mean, exactly.
That's a true thing never spoken. You're always excited about to go to your grandma's. You're excited about going to your grandma's house, and then after you're there for a while, you're like, oh yeah, I forgot.
It's like nothing can live up to
It's
those
not that
initial
fun.
memories.
Yeah. Okay. I like it.
I don't feel like watching this VHS tape. For
No, Grandma.
For me, it smells like my house after my girlfriend gives it a good thorough cleaning because she's super excited for me to get home and see it. So when I get home, I have to pretend to be also super excited when I see it. But I mean, I'm happy to be there. It's my house, and I'm very appreciative that she's taken the time and effort to clean it so thoroughly, and it looks good and it smells good, but it's still the same old house. You know what I mean? Like I would maybe be more excited if maybe I was a year removed, like maybe I went to fight a war or something and I was gone for a year, and then I finally came back to my house and it was in that condition. I would feel differently, but I just saw the house the day before, you know what I mean? So it's just a little bit better than it was yesterday. And to me, that's how this movie was, because in today's world, like, I loved Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
I loved that series.
Same.
It was one of my favorite all-time TV shows ever. And it was ended in 2013.
Is that how long ago it was?
Yeah, so like 5-6 years ago.
Jesus.
If I had it, like, if it just disappeared from my life for good and you brought this back, maybe I'd feel a little differently about what Vince Gilligan did. But because I can stream Breaking Bad whenever I want, like, I've watched the finale that I loved probably 7 times since it aired originally in September of 2013. So, and not too long ago, actually. So I'm not really missing Breaking Bad like maybe I would in an older age of television or whatnot. So it was part 2 to the finale.
Yeah, that's all
and
it
not
was.
as good as part 1 of the finale.
Yeah.
I didn't
Correct.
think it was just longer.
Yeah, it was just longer. Like the first half hour, I thought was good because it was actually like because it was him getting out of the finale
Yeah.
and
Right.
like going to the house with his 2 buddies and like getting cleaned up and shaving everything like that and figure out what he was gonna do. But then there was like an hour and a half lull
Yes.
where he was with the dude who had held him captive,
Yep.
and they were just and him like in the house looking for money, and the 20-30 minutes of him being captive with the f***ing weird dude. I wish I could remember his name off the top of my head, but I can't. That was
Todd. His
Todd.
name was
Yes,
Todd.
that was deathly slow.
I'm going to throw this out there real quick about Todd. This is where Vince Gilligan messed up because what Breaking Bad needed was it had the spin-off prequel with Better Call Saul.
Great show.
What needed to come next was you shouldn't have killed off Todd. You should have saved Todd's character and gave him a spin-off because to me, he's the best character of Breaking Bad. The way he is so like kind of a simple-minded child trapped in an adult's body, just fun-loving, just a weird, like awkward, super nice but simple person. But then secretly, he's just a complete psychopath who's kind of a criminal genius. Like I love everything. To me, he is hilarious. That scene where he had Jessie come help him dispose of the body of his cleaning lady was hilarious to me. Like dark comedy, hilarious. Like when they started to roll her body up, and he's just like, "Oh, make sure you roll it even." And then they stop. He's like, "Oh, wait a minute, we got to unroll her." And he unrolls her, and he takes the belt off her neck that he strangled her with. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna need this," and he puts it back in his pants and tightens it.
He's super pumped. He's super pumped about bacon and bean soup.
Yeah, I love his.
See, that was the slow portion that I was talking about.
Yeah, but to me, Todd, he was the only thing worth watching in this thing. I just love his character.
The one thing that people always say about Breaking Bad is they knew how to end the series, right? Like it's like acclaimed for it.
Boom.
And then you come back and it seems like half or like 3/4 of this movie was episodes they had filmed to go after the finale.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
actually premiere back in 2013 or whatever. And then they're like, oh, we can probably just cut it after what actually ended up being the finale.
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't think about that because it was recognized for finally giving us the ending we all wanted to a show, right? Complete resolution. We saw Jesse escape. We just assume he's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
And then Walter White kills all the bad guys and then goes out in a blaze of glory and he walks off and you know he's gonna die. So we're like, this was the perfect ending, a complete resolution, and then you screwed it up by giving me this fluff piece on. I didn't need to see what happened to Jesse. We just assumed this already. You know what I
That's
mean?
exactly
Yeah.
Yeah. He was going to be all right. We know that.
It's basically like you knew exactly what happened to Walter, but they were like there was like something itching at him. He's like, I need to show them exactly what happens to Jesse.
Yeah. You know what was itching ending? Money grab.
Yeah.
It was just, let's just cash this baby in for several $1 million. I'm sure whatever Netflix gave him to make it. This was a complete money grab. That's how it came off to me.
Yeah, it was. Why?
Because it was unnecessary.
It was underwhelming. To me.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right. Anything else to add? I think we're all in agreement.
Oh, Connor, I hope you weren't going to watch it.
No,
Now you don't need to.
I don't need to. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's good about this. And we gave you enough spoiler alerts, so I'm sure we didn't spoil it for anybody that hadn't seen it. Let us know if you agree or not. Make sure when you watch this in the YouTube comments, make sure you let us know what you thought it smelled like and if you agree with what we thought it smelled like, 'cause that's what the show's about.